Chip Kelly, who also started this season 0-2, now 2-3. If they lose tonight, that's a loss against all three division teams. See that 0-2 in the division. If you think this is going to be tight into November and December, and tiebreakers are going to matter, it'll be hard to come back from 0-3 in the division. Philly won the toss, deferred the option in the second half, so it's Eli and the Giants offense on the field first as they will receive. Temperature in the mid-40s, the wind should not be a factor, no precipitation in the forecast. Mention the Eagles wearing their black uniforms, many of their fans wearing black as well. It is a blackout that turned into a shutout last year for the Eagles here. All right, light this thing up and get going. Caleb Sturgis to replace Cody Parkey as the Eagles kicker sends it to Shane Vereen, and off we go from Philadelphia with no return. So it's Eli time, and as Mr. Manning takes the field, it's Vereen and Rashad Jennings who will do the work behind him. Odell Beckham Jr. making it through the hamstring, same with Ruben Randall. Goodell's off the game when he touchdown against San Francisco on Sunday night. Eric Flowers, John, rookie out of Miami. Very good start here at left tackle. He and Justin Pugh solidified this offensive front.
Both first rounders on that left side. Weston Richburg, a much better center than he was a guard a year ago. I like this offensive line.
Starts with 20 Rashad Jennings to the right. Keep those legs going, and then finally a pile drive down after a gain of 4. Connor Barwick made the tackle, second team All-Pro last year. Up front, Thornton and Logan good. Fletcher Cox, outstanding defensive player of the week in the NFC last year. Jordan Hickson at linebacker. Both Michael Kendricks and Kiko Alonso are out. In the secondary, it's Carroll. Jenkins in third with the safeties, used to be corners. Byron Maxwell got paid a lot of money, getting a lot of attention, and not playing the best ball in the Eagles' back four. We'll watch him close tonight. Second and 6, Manning first pass. The slant is caught. Ruben Randall, first down for New York. At the 32, Carroll on the tackle.
That route is a staple in Ben McAdoo, the offensive coordinator's offense. And they're running more slants than any team I've seen this year. They're obsessed with completions. You're going to see a lot of three-step throws from Eli Manning tonight.
Goes down right back to the air. Bill Tye, the tight end, who's got another first down across the 45 and near midfield. Will Tye has come in second game. He's making a contribution.
Will Tye from Stony Brook is going to slide across the formation. Eli Manning's going to fake it to Jennings to his left, come out to the right, easy completion. McAdoo moving the launching spot, three-step drop, move the pocket. I like it.
There's McAdoo, offensive coordinator after 8 years working on the Green Bay staff. Right with Jennings, patiently waiting for that play to develop. And it's Eagles territory. That's a good 6-yard gain on first down. As you said at the top, it's tempo from the Giants as well. We're not going to see many teams come back and spend a lot of time in the huddle tonight.
Not tonight. And Eli Manning's no-huddle offense is a lot different than Chip Kelly's no-huddle offense. He's going to use the entire 40-second shot clock at times to survey the defense and get New York in the best play possible. Just watch him.
Eagles 45. The look right is covered, and Tye opens right underneath for the first down at the 40-yard line. John, that's where you're talking about the difference. He got rid of that right away. It wasn't hanging on.
He's not holding the ball. He's not taking 2 and 3 and 4 hitches looking for these vertical throws. That clock goes off in his head quickly, and he gets right to the check down. That's why he's completing almost 70% of his passes.
You got McAdoo over there. That's the full IHOP menu that he has there. That is one of those long menus you get in an old-fashioned diner. A lot of plays to call up, but a guy who can execute them is Manning. Malone, bottom of your screen. They'll run again with Jennings, and he will get another 6 yards. It is Malcolm Jenkins with the tackle. So Rashad Jennings, who was drafted by Jacksonville, was there for 4 years. Then had a good 2013 in Oakland with 733 yards. Now his second year with the Giants.
He can catch the ball He can run it between the tackles, and they're going to use 3 different halfbacks tonight. A lot of versatility in this Giant backfield.
James Green, terrific in that closing drive against San Francisco as a pass catcher. Andre Williams, big back. Manning against Sherman, but once again it's over the middle. It's not out the tight end. Man, the Giants are rolling here. Inside the 20, first down, New York.
Well, it's very good pass protection, and you see what Eli can do with his eyes. Watch him look to his right, move the underneath coverage, and then reset and find his big tight end wide open. Eli Manning, if you protect him and get all 5 eligible receivers involved, he can shred you.
Late into this drive, Eagles providing little resistance. Into the play, increase in the noise. Fletcher Cox comes through, and Eli just throws it off the back of Rashad Jennings. And it's got to be something. Carl Shepard is our referee tonight.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
First and 5 for the Giants. I mentioned when Lisa gave me the update on Odell Beckham coming back off that hamstring that kept him out of nearly most of the end of the game. And he wanted to see the Eagles get not just the 12 catches I mentioned, but the career high 185 yards and 21 targets. So he's getting a lot of attention from the Philly defense. And the other guys are making the pass. The Giants walking down the field. Manning to the 13. Throws over the middle, complete. It is picked up in time. Just shy of the goal line. Now room. A touchdown.
What a great drive by New York. Formation usage and stellar quarterback play. I don't think the ball hit the ground. Beckham with the catch. I don't think he was
Fully on the
touched.
field, the receiver caught the pass and was not touched down by contact. Therefore, when he slides into the end zone, it is a touchdown.
Carl Shepard is the perfect explanation. You couldn't tell live that Maragos had gotten a hand on him, but not close. And Odell Beckham Jr. his 4th touchdown on the season. An ideal 5 of 5 on that opening drive for Manning for 59 yards. Billy Davis, the defensive coordinator of the Eagles, has some chat to do and pictures to look at on the sideline. Josh Brown for the extra point. And a whistle before this one comes off.
False start, number 3, offense, 5-yard penalty, retry.
It's Josh Brown. I don't think he's missed a kick in my recent memory, Mike, but this is going to be probably the longest extra point he's ever kicked.
Back on 5 years. In 38, he was the one who got moving a little bit early. And Brad Wingham Hunter was set to hold it, so it'll be a 38-yarder. Has made all 13 of his field goal attempts thus far this year. Just one extra point. Able to knock this one through. Less than 5 minutes. Giants sending a great opening message for their start tonight. Odell Beckham Jr. in the end zone. 7-0 Big Blue. No play over 17 yards on that opening drive. Spread it around 4 different receivers. With a few runs. And Eli Manning to Odell Beckham Jr. 7-0 to start. 59 of those 85 yards coming off Manning's 5 passes. Josh Huff is back deep. See the Josh Brown kick. And it's going to be fielded set by Riley Cooper. And Cooper is going to be stopped shy of the 15-yard line. So well covered by the Giants and Devontae Moore on the back. Down 7, Sam Bradford. And the slow starting Eagles offense hits the field. Bradford's the number 1 overall pick. His first year, of course, with the Eagles after the time in St. Louis. DeMarco Murray struggling to get off to a good start this year. And Darren Sproles carrying along with Ryan Matthews. Jordan Matthews and Riley Cooper, the receivers. They are without Nelson Aguilar, their rookie tonight. Tight ends, Ertz and Brent Selleck out of the game a week ago. First run will be Ryan Matthews starting out of the gate to the gain of 3. 3 yards. Matthews is running a little bit better in the early going than DeMarco Murray.
That Murray's not even in the game. They're using two halfbacks, Sproles and Matthews together. Murray probably is confused.
Matthews the lead is 208 yards with the struggles from Murray. And the back here for Sproles, who turned it up. And Bradford threw it thinking he was going to flatten it out. Miscommunication leads to 3rd and 7.
That's an uncommon error by two veteran players, particularly Darren Sproles. He's going to come into the flat. Bradford's expecting Darren to look for the football. Not on the same page, and it's 3rd down and long. Giants have struggled to get any kind of pass rush in these key situations.
Listed as a fullback, Nikita Whitlock is one of the players who has come in for the Giants, number 49. And been a spinning, whirling Doris. There he is, putting the moves on inside as Bradford throws incomplete. Intended for Jordan Matthews. And the 3 and outs early on. Don't let Chip Kelly's offense get over into that tempo. And there's another one to start again.
Forget about his offense. His defense was just out there for 6 minutes before they can get a drink. They got to go back out on the field and see Eli Manning again. When you use a no-huddle offense to start a football game and you're 3 and out, you put your defense in some difficult situations.
Johnny Jones kicking it away. Back to the 34. Here's the return for Dwayne Harris. 30 up. And got a 3 on the take back to the 37. That's right, John. That's the story with the Eagles defense. Out there a lot. Here they come again. The hot Eli Manning to start.
Field said to give Eli time to see what to do, and he just took a beautiful swing in Philadelphia.
Good net on that punt of 47 yards. So the Giants take over good field position. Andre Williams is now the running back. And he will move to the left for about 2 yards. Shut down by D'Amico Ryans, who we just showed a moment ago. Williams limited thus far to 121 yards. Led this team as a rookie, 721. Last year, remember, John, when he came in from Boston College, led the NCAA in rushing yards that year, over 2,100. How much of a pass catching threat is college or is Illinois? And Manning throws complete to the left side to Ruben Randall. Up trying the first down, Nolan Carroll escorts him to the sideline.
You see the timing in this offense. Ruben Randall, the veteran from LSU, reverse pivot, 6 steps, 1 hitch, ball's thrown perfectly to the outside. Manning and Randall on the same page. That was not how it was in 2013, the year they had a hard time connecting, but here's 3rd down and a long one.
And Shea Vereen in and back. Eagles moving on the defensive line. And the pick play works. Pick up first down for the Giants, but flag comes in. Perhaps they saw a little too much contact from the wide receiver trying to spring Beckham free.
Perhaps Larry Donnell getting called for a pick play here.
Tom Coughlin's talking about it's within 1 yard, which keeps the offense clean.
No foul for offensive pass interference because the contact was within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. The play results in a first down.
Take a look at at the top of the screen. It is Dwayne Harris running interference against Malcolm Jenkins inside the 1 yard area. It is legal.
Once you get past 2 yards, then they're going to call offensive pass interference. When it works there, Giants are at midfield, and Eli's 7 for 7. He is 8 for 8, caught by Donnell, brought down by Ryans. And John, this is exactly what you talked about. Looks a lot like what Green Bay does offensively.
Very decisive. Eli Manning getting the ball out of his hand quicker. It helps his offensive line. And they're using all 5 eligible receivers. 2nd and 5. Keep an eye on Beckham at the bottom of the screen. Just a matter of time.
Shea Vereen, the back of shotgun running will be stopped. Eagles need a good defensive play. Benny Logan, his 3rd year out of LSU, comes up with it.
Benny Logan playing extremely well. Number 96, the ex-LSU Tiger. Former third-round pick gets off a block by Weston Richburg. Hogan improved as a pass rusher. Excellent run defender. 35.
Eagles defense has struggled on third down. They bring blitz, Manning resets, and it's incomplete. Flag comes down. Ruben Randall, the intended receiver. Byron Maxwell in coverage. Flag thrown on the Eagles sideline right at that line of scrimmage area.
Outside, number 98 defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Connor Barwin mentioned the pressure they were bringing, tried to get it going. It's another third down. This defense doesn't get off the field.
Trying to confuse the Giants. They had Fletcher Cox, number 91, standing up as a linebacker. Clearly Barwin is off early. You don't want to give a very good offensive team mulligans.
Tight. The Giants pick it up. They keep this drive going at the Eagles 40. Beckham lines up next to Manning, takes it right out of the backfield, gets a quick 5.
That's Beckham motioning into the backfield. They throw a quick loop screen with blockers out front. Just a quick block screen with Beckham catching the football. A lot of different quick passes to get the ball in these skilled receivers' hands. Creative attack, hard to find Odell Beckham. They line him up everywhere.
In 2011, Eli opened the game 10 of 10 passing. Though it's short here, but so far he is 9 of 9. Did a good job with a sack off to his left. Got it into the belly of Vereen. Will be a yard and a half shy of the first down. Chris Maragos and D'Amico Ryans come up with the stop. John, it is one of the stories with the Eagles, an imbalance in time of possession. When you don't stay out there and your defense can't stop the other guys, there you go. Lopsided start to this one, puts you behind the 8 ball.
And the Eagles are already depleted at linebacker. Kendricks is out. Alonzo is out. Tough on them late in games.
Giants in field goal range. 4-man rush, and it holds up. Beckham crossing first down. 23-yard line. And Eli's in his first 10 passes.
Well, that time they motion out of an empty set. Eli knew it was man-to-man. He goes right to his crossing route. Is Odell Beckham Jr. against Maxwell. Eli is picking up this Eagle defense easily. He's seeing zone coverages, man coverages, and he is putting the Giants in great play selection.
3 receivers right. The running back Vereen to the bottom of the screen. And Manning goes and pulled away from Bunnell. And it's an interception. What a play. Much needed by D'Amico Ryans.
That's a huge play by the veteran, D'Amico Ryans. It's been slow coming back from that offseason Achilles injury. Just a quick outside break by Donnell and a huge strip interception by D'Amico Ryans sets up Philadelphia.
Takeaway by D'Amico Ryans, the veteran linebacker. The Giants were driving. The Eagles, after another opening 3 and out, take over their own 22. That pass is broken up by Kerry Wynn. Intended for DeMarco Murray. John, slow start's been the story with the Eagles. Just 3 first-quarter points this year. And in the opening drive, they've been bad. 4 times in 6 games of 3 and out to start.
And it's been a combination of problems, Mike. They got to pick it up.
Bradford tries the middle of the field. Jordan Matthews did not become a runner, so it'll be incomplete.
Brandon Merriweather with the big hit. Merriweather is known for punishing receivers in the middle of the field. He read that crossing route. I think it's a good legal play. Merriweather, who's had fines in the past, makes a beautiful play on the ball there.
Yeah, he had a reputation for the illegal hits, has not been penalized thus far this year. The field judge escorted Matthews to the sideline to make sure it came out of the game. Third down, nothing going on. Sproles wrapped up and stopped short by Craig Dahl. And back-to-back 3 downs for the flag.
Montre Moore.
Foul, roughing the passer. Number 98 defense, unnecessarily stuffing the quarterback to the ground. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Montre Moore, a one-dimensional pass rusher in the game. On third and long, the rushing passer makes a terrible mistake here.
Absolutely no need, especially since they were going to be 3 and out. That may garner an envelope from the league office as well, in addition to hearing it again from the coaching staff. DeMarco Murray in the back, and he will get this swing out and try to get to the side. Murray needs a half dozen because before Landon Collins, second-round pick out of Alabama, takes him out. With 49 rushes to start the year, just 130 yards. This guy, John, wasn't just the NFL rushing champ. He was the rushing champ by 500 yards with Dallas last year, but that 130 in his first 4 games played, fewest by the defending rushing champ since 1988. Charles White had that flash in the fan season, not much more. There's Murray getting a first down, though, to the Giants' 47-yard line.
He's a heck of a back. He's only getting 12 carries a game. It's a new offense. And to be honest, I don't know if he fits in this shotgun offset style of running. This is a totally new ball game, carrying the ball from the offset position into gun. I know he did it in college, but this isn't the NC2A.
Josh Huff, 40 to the 31-yard line. Now the Eagles getting some momentum. We're marking at the 32, and it's a first down gain of 15.
Good block by Miles Austin on the perimeter, and left tackle Jason Peters shows his athleticism on these screens. Watch number 71 come out on the edge. That's hard to do at 300-plus pounds.
Tight end, top of the screen, and Bradford's looking for one of them downfield. It is Riley Cooper bringing it across. He's got it for the touchdown.
What a great response by Philadelphia. And Bradford fights right back. They had a huge tendency coming in here tonight. When Bradford was under the center, it was almost 100% run. That time Bradford got under the center, faked the running play, and took a shot to Riley Cooper, who makes a beautiful concentration catch for 6. Chip Kelly knew he had a tendency. He just addressed it.
So Donnell had what could have been a reception peeled away by D'Amico Ryans, and it leads them very quick, much-needed touchdown drive. The first quarter touchdown of the season for the Eagles. Caleb Sturgis struggling with extra points, missed a couple. In his early time here, Philly knocks it through. Tie game, Bradford score. Life and some belief. And finally, a first quarter touchdown here. It only took to the middle of October to get one.
It's a terrible penalty. And that's what good teams do. They make you pay. And Sam Bradford, after getting hit, responded beautifully to tie this game. But Moore's going to be careful from his coaches and teammates.
Gene Green going to get ahead of Steele. From the 2. On balance for a moment. 20, but they can get out to 27. Sturgis and Trey Burton, kicker and third-string tight end. Good tackle. Saw Eli get picked. That's a tough one to count off your rate, but it will. Remember, Eli Manning can throw a lot of interceptions, deep shots down the field, staying in the pocket, keeping plays alive. But John's been harping on this theme. Short, get it out quick, don't make mistakes. And even with that interception a moment ago, it's 1 every 48 passes. This one's hard to pin onto the quarterback. Ryans makes a great play, take it away. Ryans start at their own 27-yard line. Just about 2 yards, nothing more on the run by Jennings.
This is Nikita Whitlock, number 49. He's leading the game now, but Tom Coughlin still has some old school elements to this Giant offense. They have this 49 of Nikita Whitlock, a former defensive lineman at Wake Forest who comes and goes, but he's fun to watch.
We saw him earlier playing defensive line in that first series. And he goes left and across. Beautiful pass to Randall. Complete. Randall was not touched by an eagle. Now he's whistled as he just stops. They're going to mark him. Well, they're going to mark him back where he slid down at the 45. In any case, Giants first down at 15.
I like these wide receivers of the Giants. Good inside release. He squared him up, made him defend both sides of the cut, and Eli throws a perfect ball that Randall can run with. If Victor Cruz comes back healthy, the Giants are as formidable as anyone at wide receiver. Say Brent Flintstone.
Brent Wilma, big football fans. Brent walking Barney Rebel off. Here's the man throwing complete. Wayne Harris on that left side, well covered by Malcolm Jenkins. When you mentioned Victor Cruz, John, we should just say this was the time he got hurt last year in this game against Philadelphia.
Pass, holding, number 31 defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Byron Maxwell with the flag there will keep this drive going. Victor Cruz still out with the calf injury. They keep thinking he's going to get back. He's going to get back, and it's a couple of weeks setback. Same mode now. He's really been on the field getting a lot of practice time, so there's a ways to go before he returns to the Giants. But that Randall and Beckham was big. They didn't know they had been coming into tonight. Like I'm running down. He put Pittsburgh's shoulder back there. We're going to go here. We're going to find Jennings lower his shoulder and take it for a 9-yard gain. Maxwell got bowled over.
You want to play cornerback in the NFL, every once in a while you got to take on one of these 230-pound halfbacks. Take a look at Maxwell. All by himself, he gets punished by Rashad Jennings, who sets up Eli Manning with a second down and 1. Great time to take a shot. Great finish by Jennings.
Timeout, trying to move his guys around. Getting too tight.
Looks like some folks.
Timeout taken by either team. Second and 1. Whitlock motions out. Manning taking the shot. Donnell couldn't pull it down. Incomplete.
Well, you felt they were going to take a shot on second down and short in this field position. I think Larry Donnell's got to find a way to go get it. Take a look at Eli off of the play fake. He's going to push up in the pocket and put it up. I thought Donnell had a chance to play the ball, but D'Amico Ryans does a great job with his right arm, breaking it at the very end.
Giants go to the extra offensive lineman. John Jerry's in. Third and short. All the big people trying to clear space. Jennings gets popped back with forward progress. Looks like it will be a first down. Two officials from the side come in, get the spot near the 40. We'll see if we need a measurement here. The rule just short of rule on the other side of the 40-yard line. He saw the first official run inside the 40, if you will, as the Giants work that way. But the spot came on the other side of the stripe, so it's 4th and 1. They'll try it again. Manning had to move Whitlock to fullback. Jennings hesitated, and he is stopped. Brandon Graham gets the ball back for the Birds.
What a great job by Philadelphia. Set the edge. Giving Jennings nowhere to go. Bottom of the screen, you're going to see Jennings try to get to the outside, but Brandon Graham holds off the fullback, sets the edge, and stuffs Jennings, and Philadelphia is off the field Disappointing for this Giant offense to have 2nd and 1 in that field position and get shut out on 3rd and 4th down. Nice work by Graham, a powerful edge defender.
First round pick comes up with a big play. Bradford, 6. Open is Murray. And the tackle stays alive for a moment. Greg Dahl couldn't bring him down. We have a flag down.
Holding, number 62 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Center Jason Kelsey caught there.
Well, they put Bradford under the center again, and they're going to throw some play-action passes. All they've done is run the football with Sam Bradford under the center. That's the 2nd time they've run the exact same play. That time, Kelsey guilty of the penalty. And it's been those types of mistakes, penalties, drop passes, missed assignments that have forced this Eagle offense into some real struggles, Mike, in the first half.
Giants had it going early. Eagles rally. Tied after 1. 7-0. Second quarter sets begin. We know the fast pace of the Eagles offense since Chip Kelly got here in 2013. One play every 23 and a half seconds, essentially. Fastest pace in the NFL. But it's led to low time possession. They're last in that set. Kelly says, I don't look at that. The concern is over here because when you're going quick, that means the defense is on the field a lot. They faced the most plays per game in the NFL since Chip Kelly got here at 71 per. And John, they tried to make sure they had a little more depth on the defensive side. But again, this year it's been more of the same. And it's something that they need to straighten out on the offensive side to help their defense.
No doubt. Converting on 3rd down, a huge story, especially in the first half for Philadelphia. Just haven't been good at it.
Slow development and to Murray. And there's nowhere for him to go. Landon Collins with his 2nd stop of this game.
So many of these runs lose yardage. I don't know who's supposed to block Landon Collins. He's standing right here on the line of scrimmage. There's nowhere for Murray to go. Hard to blame Murray for some of these negative yardage runs.
Been a lot of them this year. Here's Bradford. From the 29, on the run, throwing sideline. Murray's got it. Tom Coughlin was trying to run somebody on the Giants out. I'm trying to say he was out of bounds. You mentioned, John, the negative runs with DeMarco Murray. You're exactly right. DeMarco Murray has 10 negative runs and 6 runs of no yards. That's 16 of what is now 51 runs this year. That no games are going backwards. He's only at 3 of 10 first down length, if you will, or more.
That's impossible. You call running plays with the expectation you're going to at least gain a couple yards. But to have that many negative runs this early in the year, not good.
The holding penalty put them in the hole. They didn't get out. It's 3rd and 20. Bradford, time of the pocket, the pass is deflected. Good job by that Giants defense. They've been calling Jenkins with a push in the middle. And the Eagles will punch it away.
Cullen Jenkins, the ex-Philadelphia Eagle, putting that big left hand up, rejecting the forward pass, and beware of Harris. This man can return the football.
Johnny Jones gets it to him. The lefty gets a good hang time on it. 57 on the kick back to the 10. Harris can't get it there. Riley Cooper. Special teams pull down. There is a flag. Great hang time from Jones. 4.94. Very tough to bring that back. We've got a couple of flags down on the play. Coach Wash, the umpire, comes in, tells Carl Shepard there's another flag.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 23 return team, that penalty is declined. During the kick, holding, number 23, that penalty will be enforced. First down.
Take the one that pushed him back the deepest. John, you talked about DeMarco Murray and those struggles, those negative yards. Leading rusher in the league. Why isn't it working right now?
He's an I formation back in Dallas. He was 7.5 to 8 yards deep. The quarterback would get it to him deep, and he got a full head of steam.
Right.
And he was going north and south from the time he got the ball. But now in Philadelphia, he's running the ball from the shotgun. He's got to wait for the quarterback to get it. Then he starts running laterally. He picks a hole. Sometimes he bounces it. But these take a long time to develop. And it's a different type of run than DeMarco Murray had success with in Dallas last year. That's the facts.
Drive starts back at the 4, and Andre Williams has nowhere to go. A pretty good start for D'Amico Ryans here in this first half.
You aren't kidding. Kiko Alonso is out. Michael Kendrick's out of the football game, and D'Amico Ryans showing it. He's back. He stuffs the fullback. Actually gave him his middle linebacker position, but what a beautiful piece of work by D'Amico Ryans.
10th year in the league. Going end zone, Manning fires incomplete. Beckham is being held onto by Byron Maxwell. Flags come from all quarters.
Clearly PI on Maxwell.
Pass interference. Number 31 defense. Automatic. First down.
Press coverage. Odell Beckham against Maxwell. It's his second penalty tonight on Maxwell, who has really struggled to find his stride here in Philadelphia. See if the Giants continue to attack him.
Not a defensive hold as the ball was in the air. There's pass interference. And from the 17, Williams in the carry. And there's again D'Amico Ryans.
You know, Maxwell only started 17 games for the Eagles, or excuse me, for the Seahawks, and they paid him like one of the top 5 corners in football. There's a lot of pressure on Maxwell, just like there is on DeMarco Murray. They need these two Philadelphia Eagle free agent acquisitions to play a huge role. So far, they haven't.
Maxwell slow here with Beckham's safety help as well. Manning working the other side. It's picked off Nolan Carroll. Pick 6 Eagles.
Nolan Carroll might be the best coverage corner the Eagles have had throughout the first 6 weeks of this season, but Eli was late. He telegraphed that throw to his left, and Nolan Carroll picked his pocket easily. Slant route, you see Randall falls down. Eli held the ball, and Nolan Carroll saw it the whole way.
Danger sometimes those picks, the rubs. If there's one misstep, there's nothing left to do. Sturgis extra point is good. Man, this thing flipped quick. Eagles got to a very slow start. Their defense has come up with a few plays, including the pick 6 from Nolan Carroll. They always love to come back to this game when they special one to single out it. No return on that line drive kickoff. Let's go back to the pick 6 thrown by Eli.
Well, one way to stop the slant is play inside technique with help over the top, and you're going to see Ruben Randall get denied on this slant release to the inside. He falls down. Eli held it and tried to give him time, but he's got to come off and go elsewhere or throw it away. And the ball, as soon as it left his hand, it looked like Eli wanted it back. Poor decision, poor throw, puts the Giants down by 7. Mistakes.
Eli John had only thrown 2 interceptions all year. 2 in his first 207 passes, including the 10 to start tonight. But he's been intercepted twice in his last 4 attempts. That starts to run 20, back to the ground. And Kenny's got a good thing going early on. Comes back and gets 8 yards. Blocking downfield. That's why you hear the whistles. That's broken up. Eli off to that great start, the 10 of 10. This offense has such a good rhythm and tempo. But the interception that was first by D'Amico Ryans on Donnell. The 4th down, Giants getting stopped on 3rd and 4th and 1. And then the interception, pick 6 by Carroll, which is the second time the Eagles have a pick 6 against Eli Manning. Greg Cole got one in 2006. Slant, Beckham to the 38. First down. Flag out.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 72 defense for contact with the quarterback's helmet. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Cedric Fort called it.
Eli throws the interception on the slant. They come right back to another one on Beckham. Let's take a look at Thornton, number 72. Gets that left hand. I didn't see that, Mike, but what a beautiful release by Odell Beckham. Signature route of this Giant offense, the slant pattern. Man, they're good at it.
Jordan's hand was up by Eli's face mask. Maybe Grace, but certainly not intent forcible contact. So the Giants, for the fourth time, have a first down by penalty tonight. And having an Eagles territory, back to Jennings. 44. Gain of 4.
Take a look at Odell Beckham on this release. Came in with a hamstring ailment. One thing about Beckham, he's extremely quick, sure-handed, can stop on a dime. What a start to his young career.
Already with 5 grabs, keeping that number going. 15 straight games. Showing no ill effects. The hamstring someone. Screen setup. Here's Jennings picking up the block downfield, and he lost the football. There Ryans again. Ryans is there, fighting Jeff Schwartz for the ball. It was not free by Malcolm Jenkins. He still nonetheless. Eagles ball.
Well, Tom Coughlin can't believe it. 3 turnovers in the first half. And Malcolm Jenkins from the blind side gets Rashad Jennings.
Together and say, guys, let's hang in here. Despite 3 turnovers in their last 15 plays, for a Giants team that only had 3 turnovers in its first 343 plays this season. Short run for DeMarco Murray, only a gain of 2 yards. John, those 3 turnovers, that was a franchise equally low coming in through 5 games for the Giants. And they've really given Philadelphia a chance to get the ball, gain momentum, and take the lead. And now they're going to make it a 2-score lead here. 30 seconds.
Yeah, if you know Tom Coughlin, the number 1 pillar in his program is ball security and turnover ratio. He's got to be disgusted right now.
2-yard run by Murray. Matthews a gain of 11. On the pass from Bradford, and Jordan Matthews moves the chains for the Eagles.
This Jordan Matthews is a workaholic. On the practice field, he practices making these kind of runs. He never gives up. Mosley misses a tackle. Wade misses a tackle. And Matthews fights for an Eagle first down. Nice work.
Mentioned Mosley, J-Ron Mosley, the 4th-year man out of Virginia Tech, in for the injured Christopher Camara. Bradford, he throws an interception. Right to Mosley on top. Mosley will be pulled down at the 42-yard line. Bradford intercepted for the 7th time this year. Down Broad Street, back to Center City. Giants take over at their own 42 after the Bradford interception. And we'll stretch it out on Trey Williams on the other side of the line. Benny Logan for the 2nd time tonight. Defensive stop.
Benny Logan's making a name for himself. Makes it very hard to run the ball against. He has great lateral range. Here he plays over the top, stuffs another New York Giant ball carrier. You see Williams is into the game. Tom Coughlin has put Rashad Jennings on the sidelines after the fumble.
Manning, wrong sideline, complete to Ruben Randall. A 4th catch for Randall. Beckham has 5.
It's a matter of time before Eli Manning needs to use a double move. These Eagles are sitting on the quick game. A slant can go something down the field, looms shortly.
safety comes in, plays a slot receiver. Pressure on Manning, and Vinny Curry brings him down.
Vinny Curry timed the snap count. I thought he was offside. He beat Jeff Schwartz right off the snap. See if he's off early. Curry, who had 9 sacks last year, timed it just right, and he edges Schwartz for the easy sack. Excellent work by this Philadelphia defense. After the interception by Bradford, you go out and get a 3 and out. Nice work.
Always dangerous. Darren Sproles awaits the punt from Brad Wing. Eagles with one shy. They run 11th out there, just the snap. Wing's kick's not good. 37 yards, but Sproles is erased quickly by Craig Dahl. No return on that one. Bradford through the pit. Defense gets it right back for Sam. 7-point lead. Franklin, midget team, the junior midgets, in attendance here tonight. To see the Eagles, the big one in the NFC East. You see Ryan Hackett carry of nearly 8 yards. Craig Dahl coming over again on stop. Good job of covering this Frankfurt team. They play over at Gambrel Field. Sure, the Eagles began as the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. Here they are before the game, getting a chance to get on the field and watch the guys warm up. And this Chargers group had their equipment stolen from their facility. And our man Ron Jaworski stepped in to help. Michael Kendricks and some of the other Eagles coming over to say thank you now. Those guys doing what they do so well. Matthews carrying. A shout out to our pal Jaws, like so many former and current NFL players who get involved and try to give youth football a chance in their local areas.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Ron Jaworski came to the rescue, but what a great looking group of kids.
See Bradford step. Crosby rifle 7. Terrible snap. Bradford gonna have to erase it and lose 18 yards. Kelsey the bad snap. Bradford wonder what was going on.
Too many mistakes. That's the second one by Kelsey, who's a Pro Bowl player. Holding call earlier in the game. Here he snaps the ball when Bradford's not ready for it, and this is an ugly first half. Turnovers by the Giants, miscues by the Eagles, and first place is on the line.
Second 28 after that huge loss. Trying to get some of it back to Cooper and Mosley in on the coverage. Aaron Mosley got the pick on the prior drop.
Well, Prince Amukamara is out of the game. You turn to your backup corner, Mosley, who had the interception on the last possession. How about that coverage? This Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator of the Giants, gets a lot of production from Giant players I don't know much about. It's a credit to him.
Really game's long gone. Third and 28. Trying to salvage something out of it. Well, Ryan Matthews run it to the 24-yard line, and Steve Spagnuolo's defense gets the Eagles offense off the field.
Spagnuolo was an ex-coach here for the Eagles. Won a world championship with the Giants. We know he went to the Rams. He coached Sam Bradford. He's hung in there. Here he is back in New York with a different cast of Giant defenders, and it might be some of his best work.
Johnny Jones gets the left-footed kick away to Beauty, 52 yards after good night. Wayne Harris taken down quickly. Excellent punt here by Jones. Push the Giants back to their own 21-yard line with 5:15 left until halftime.
This is Dave Pitt, the special teams coach of the Eagles. If you go through all the plays this Eagles special team unit has made over the last year and a half, that's impressive. And they never commit penalties, which you pointed out early, but they have done a nice job. Great field position for Philadelphia all year.
You see again that imbalance in time of possession, but Chip Kelly's more worried about sustaining offense, not the time. And too many 3 and outs in the early going to Philadelphia. They did have a nice long touchdown drive on their second drive. Fake to Beckham. Eli just trying to flip it out, but Thornton's in the way. Cedric Thornton, who had a hand injury coming in, got a hand on that one.
That's a gimmick screen that the Giants have had great success with. fake it to the running back, they fake a reverse, and then they throw the screen. You're going to see it around here, but Thornton, the defensive end, does an excellent job reading it the whole way and letting the ball down. That was almost interception.
Connor Barwin.
And McAdoo's got to be holding his breath over there. Every play he calls hasn't been good in the last 8 or 9 snaps for the Giants.
Wide start on the defensive line for Connor Barwin. Drives back to Manning, nearly got him. But Eli protects the ball, fires to Beckham, who makes the catch. And Nolan Carroll on the tackle. This is some of that old wide 9 stuff back in the day here in Philly.
Yeah, he's loose, right side of your screen, working against Marshall Newhouse. Straight down the midline. That's a power rush. And Eli Manning keeps it alive. Finds a completion, but every single play highly contested by the Eagle defense.
Eagles bring 5. It's picked up for the moment. Manning almost again. Intercepted. Fletcher Cox getting in the way after Brandon Graham is in the face of the quarterback.
Well, the ball comes out so quick with this Giant offense. Defensive coordinator Bill Davis said, we got to bat some balls now. Here's a stunt off the left side. Fletcher Cox. This stays alive and shows really good football instincts. Back-to-back 3 and outs by the Eagle defense, and you said it. Be careful of Sproles. He took one back 89 yards a few weeks ago against the Jets. The man can still roll with the best of them.
Another good first kick from Lincoln. Brad's second one, nothing special either. Penalty marker down as the roll is in the Giants' favor. It's going to be a 46-yard kick. Down to 30.
Look at E.J. Biggers here, Mike.
For what will be the 3rd special teams penalty against the Eagles in 5.5 games.
During the kick, holding, number 38 of the return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, rough start for the Eagles. We saw it on Monday night, losing in Atlanta late. Then we lost the doubt. The offense was horrific. People were on this team, bounced back against the Jets. Get to 1-2, then lose to Washington up in D.C. And then Duke Bradford, because Sam made a speech before the game against New Orleans, got the guys going early on. And this week's headlines were, is Chip Kelly going to stay? Because now the job's open at USC. We know how much he loved stuff out in the Pac-12. Is he a fit for the pros? Does he go back to college? Every time there's stretch, you're going to hear that storyline. That's caught by Ernst, slow his shoulder, the tight end, with a gain of 11. And first down. Chip Kelly tried to do his best to dampen any of that conversation, not make it a season-long thing. Yeah, talk about maybe I'll be the coach at North Texas State, kind of going back to the old movie days and make a reference in jest about going somewhere else. Bradford scrambles. Something it's not much of a threat this offense to do is the quarterback running the ball, but he gets positive yardage there.
That's the one thing I think this Eagle running game is missing. The threat of a quarterback keeping the ball. People are accustomed to seeing that in Chip Kelly's offense.
Murray left over the shoulder. Collins is there to tackle. Thomas is there to tackle, but too late. First down on the run.
Great run by Murray, but a lot of times in the past, those defenders would wait on the quarterback with the concern that the quarterback might keep it. But this year, with Bradford not the run threat, people on the backside have had no hesitation.
Tackle to right, it was Casillas. No problem getting Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie on that hit on Josh Huff. Right in front of him, and he knocked him down.
You have these running plays with built-in quick screens. Josh Huff is going to give a home coach. I don't want many more of those. Nice play by DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, another ex-Philadelphia Eagle. It's amazing how these two teams have had so much turnover, Mike, in 1 year.
Murray left. Negative run again.
Well, they hand the ball off, and Murray's going laterally. Not a lot of north-south runs for DeMarco Murray. This Eagle running attack.
Giants taking a timeout with 3rd and 12 coming on this side of the 2-minute warning with 2.5 to go. John, we see the struggles that Murray is having. When you studied the Chip Kelly offense at Oregon, you made the point that it's really run-based. It's not as much pass-based. And when he came into the league, about half the plays were runs. That has dwindled, and now with Bradford as your quarterback, more of a drop-back guy, again the percentage counts, 38% coming into tonight. And the yards per rush is coming down as well. So it's less percent runs and not as effective runs. Perhaps people getting a good read, a beat on what Kelly's trying to do schematically in the run game?
Well, it's a one-back system. Not a lot of misdirection, no fullback. And the quarterback's not a threat to run the football. He was indeed at Oregon.
3rd and 12, Matthews in as the running back. Bradford flushed by Jenkins, chased by Moore, fires, and it is incomplete. It bounced into Matthews. It'll be 4th down with 2:20 left, and that Tom Coughlin timeout should get the Giants the ball back on this side of the 2-minute warning.
Well, I think Sam needs to hit this throw. There was some pressure by Colin Jenkins, but Bradford had time to reset his feet and make a throw to a wide open Matthews. Fortunate for the Giants.
Donnie Jones, rocket shot. Not coming back. His 4th punt of over 50 yards tonight. That one, though, only net 36. Giant ball 20 with 2:11 to go.
I said it earlier. These Eagles are jumping all over some of these quick passes, Mike. At some point in the near future, I expect Eli Manning to use some kind of a double move. But Eli very good in the 2-minute drill. He proved that last week. Late to beat San Francisco. And Shane Vereen, number 34, one of the best receiving backs in football.
He had 3 double-digit gains on that game-winning drive. A big 24-yarder. Couldn't get to that one. That pass is incomplete. Jordan Hicks, the rookie, was in coverage. Is a big addition for this Giants team. You go back to Tiki Barber, the last time the Giants had a running back who could catch it out of the backfield and really do something with it. Great to have Vereen in this offense, especially this style of offense.
No doubt, and I'm surprised Eli missed that one. Vereen ran a beautiful option route right out of the backfield. Let's see if Philadelphia can tee off with this 4-man rush.
Barwin is walking the tackle back into Manning's face. The sack is credited to Brandon Graham. But right now, Connor Barwin is getting the best of Marshall Newhouse. And collapsing the pockets.
Connor Barwin with a power rush. He goes right down the middle of Marshall Newhouse and sacks Eli Manning.
2-minute warning. 3rd and 16 on the other side of the 2-minute warning for the Giants. Miles White has checked in for New York. Manning quick to Beckham across. No, Beckham Jr. uses the speed to get the 1st down across the 30-yard line.
Combination of speed and quickness. In the slot, just a sharp looking. He catches the ball and accelerates for a critical 1st down.
D'Amico Ryans is out, hamstring injury, being looked at in the locker room. Barwin again to rush. Manager trying to scoop it forward toward Vereen. A flag is down as the pass is ruled incomplete. It wasn't a forward pass. It was underhand. He bowled it to him. But Barwin with another big rush.
Intentional grounding, number 10 offense. 10-yard penalty, lost it down. 2nd down.
Connor Barwin had a career night last year against Eli Manning in Philadelphia. Right now, he's going to work on Marshall Newhouse. And he's running right over him. New York is going to need to get help quickly.
Barwin's roving around here, John. He's going to check out what's going on between the guard and the center. Huey Richburg got hit there, and the Giants complete to Dwayne Harris. It's instead of that intentional grounding penalty back. Giants only have one timeout. 1:30 left, so the Eagles going to take one here before third and about 9. See if they can come up with the stop and get the ball back from Bradford in the offense. Chance to remind you, Toyota halftime is still ahead with Chris Berman. Boomer will have his thoughts what happened on Sunday number 6. Boomer's final drive. And as advertised, the much anticipated Star Wars, The Force Awakens special debut, all coming up at the half.
Watch 98 Barwin. He's going to move all over the place and try and find the best matchup he can get to go get Eli Manning.
Third and 8. Manning has time. Great effort and a catch, but just short of the first down as Dwayne Harris has done a nice job popping into this third receiver spot. Hauled it in, but a yard short and out of bounds, so that helps the Eagles.
Outside breaking route. Harris goes up and gets it. Let's see if he gets them both in. I don't know about that right foot.
Again, last 2 minutes, it would have to be the replay booth buzzing down to say go check it out. Brad Wing is ready to kick it away. Really bad kick. Really bad kick. We're talking 26 yards if they down there, 27 yards from the 34. But Brad Wing, remember the Giants for a long time had Steve Weatherford. Wing kicked with Pittsburgh last year, traded to get him, and Tom Coughlin's team has really made a lot of mistakes after that opening drive. 3 turnovers, Wing with 4 punting, and Tom, we've seen this face and this look over the years. Bad special teams drives Tom nuts.
Yes, it does. And Philadelphia, here they are with 7 penalties. They're 0 for 4 on third down. They've had bad snaps. Somebody needs to put it together.
The Eagles hop into there, 2 minutes from their own 34. Bradford on the cross. Jordan Matthews from the yard shy of the first down, pulled down by Trevin Wade.
This is where the lack of pass rush has hurt the Giants in these obvious passing situations in a 2-minute drill.
Bradford again. Hurts. Zach Ertz carrying Giants to the 41-yard line.
It all starts with pass protection.
Injured Giant 2. They can't afford that Brandon Merriweather, the safety.
We live in a world.
Football.
The Eagles move. Giants jump back. The play continues. Bradford on first down. Another best throw to Matthews, and it's incomplete. Not sure if it was tipped or a bad throw. 41 seconds remaining.
Ball's tipped again. You're seeing a lot of batted passes tonight. Hankins from Ohio State. Colin Jenkins, massive inside pocket pushers. If they don't get there, they're a factor with those big arms. That balls back.
They get a hand on that. Now that time, Peters reacts to the George Selby move to the other side. And that likely will be on the Giants.
Never know how these officials see this.
Neutral zone infraction, number 93 defense. Hit moving into the neutral zone following reaction by the offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
The offensive tackle gets protection, and if that defender gets in the neutral zone, you start your pass set, you usually get the call.
Selby's looking down at the center. Jason Kelsey. Kelsey kind of gave a little shoulder shake to influence. But by Sproles, yard shy on first down, 35 seconds left, and the flag comes in here late.
Holding, number 71 defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
71. We're going to reset the game clock. Defensive foul, so it buys you some time. Number 71 of the Giants defense. The umpire, Archer Walsh, trying to get that sorted out here.
71 is Jason Peters.
Exactly.
There's nobody resembling 71. I mean,
There, that's only 71 on the field. Again, it's one of those plays called with the umpire on the defensive side of the ball because it's in the last 2
There's no
minutes.
foul on the play for defensive holding. Please set the play clock to 40 seconds.
keep an eye on that clock operator this week, Mike.
Yeah, please. They're not. They messed up Sunday night too. In addition to last night, and it's interesting because this clock should be running because that wasn't a stoppage. So the Eagles are getting time here. That's a screw up. There goes Matthews at the 20, 19-yard line. That was a running play that was stopped. Penalty incorrectly called. The clock should have started on the central play there. The Eagles bought some time. It may help them here. Bradford kills it with 19 seconds left. The Eagles probably bought 7 or 8 seconds, and that could be a play.
No doubt. The clock operators have had as many problems as anybody in the last 2 weeks.
But that one's on the officials there because they had the conference, they had the conversation. And you got to get that thing going. Again, it was a running play that set that up. The administrative stop is one thing, but you do have to get the game going back and reset, and the clock starts on the ready for play in all likelihood. In any case, for the 19, Bradford, hand in his face, fires end zone for Sproles, incomplete. Dahl number 8 flag down.
That's it. Bradford got hit in the face.
Number 99 defense. 15 yards measured half the distance to the goal, automatic. First down.
Dylan Jenkins. It was a blow near the head. I don't know if he got Sam or not. Good call. Second personal foul against this giant front four. Moore had a terrible one in the first quarter. Dylan Jenkins sets up Philadelphia.
Well, the Eagles are getting chances on this drive, chance to score. Remember, Philadelphia gets it to start from third. First and goal, Bradford in trouble and brought down. They have timeout, so they can take one here. Important dancing as the clock winds down to 6 seconds left. It's a quick timeout here. Wonder if the Eagles have enough time to run a play to the end zone, or they'll just go field goal.
Actions. They speak louder. We like that.
Philadelphia had a couple of timeouts, so they could have certainly used one. As a matter of fact, when that play ended, that running play to Sproles, the whole clock issue started, Chip Kelly was walking out to call timeout. So they would have been able to use one. Now we're waiting on the field goal attempt. We're going to make a clock reset for the moment. The fans are getting on the clock operator for not getting it properly reset. So because the Eagles still have a timeout, they probably would have used it, and maybe these 7 or 6 seconds that are left and should have been run off because the clock should have kept running would not be a factor. In any case, here we are, and the Eagles are going to go for a 10-point lead here.
Philadelphia's had a hard time with place kicking this year. They're one of 5 teams that have had multiple kickers, and this clock business is still a problem here. There we go. The crowd loves it.
Mentioned John Cody Parkey, who they brought in, had a season good enough to replace Stephen Gostowski in the Pro Bowl because Gostowski made it to the Super Bowl. But Parkey was so good in that first year, hitting 32 of 36, injured his groin before the Jets game, tried to make it through, out for the season. They picked up Sturgis, who lost out in the tryout in Miami. And here he is from 37 to give the Eagles a 10-point lead. And he knocks it through. So Philadelphia will start the second half with the ball. Gets the score here at the end of the first. And after the Giants score the first 7, the Eagles have responded with 17 in a row. You know, John, we're talking about the Eagles and the Giants, these great rivals over the years. I mentioned earlier, this series started back with Polo Grounds. We had so many great names. And you have the Eagles and the Giants, and you think of the men who the NFL and all sports lost this past year. The passing of Chuck Bednarik at age 89, March 21st. And on August 9th, Frank Gifford, who spent all 14 of his seasons with the Giants, 27 years, of course, in the Monday Night Booth. So part of the Giants-Eagles rivalry over the years. And both franchises lost two of their great players. The Giants and Eagles meet. Just a chance for us to remember how special those players were, not just in the history of this rivalry, but the history of these two longtime franchises.
I would not want to be a New York Giant going into the locker room and facing Tom Coughlin. He is not happy after taking the opening kickoff right down the field and scoring. They've fallen apart. Too many mistakes.
Great on that drive to begin. 8 plays and 80 yards. Ball fielded by Mark Hertzler, and that will bring the hand to an end. We'll watch that injury to Brandon Merriweather for the Giants, D'Amico Ryans for the Eagles. Phil against the ball to start the second half, and here's Chris with the Toyota halftime. Boomer at the link after the halftime where Brian Westbrook and Maxie Vaughn, terrific Pro Bowl linebacker during his day, later went on to a coaching career. Included stints as the head coach of Cornell. They were honored, entered the Eagles Hall of Fame, so a lot of fans in the stands for that. And Josh Brown set to kick it off to begin this third quarter. With Josh Huff. His return to start the game last week against New Orleans. This one only gets to 20. Into Whitlock to tackle it. Here is Lisa Salter.
Well, Mike, the Eagles defense certainly did its part in that first half, but coming into this game, Chip Kelly really wanted to see his offense get off to a quicker start. After that first half, he said it was so-so. We just really got to find a way to get into a rhythm quicker. But on the positive side, he said we generally do better in the second half, so that would be nice if that holds true again tonight. As for the Giants, John Gruden, you said it, that Tom Coughlin's words for his team in the locker room would be rough. He was very unhappy when he came out of the locker room. He said, all we talk about is taking care of the football. And what did we do? We gave it away. He said, we have the second half to fix it. Mike?
Okay, Lisa, thank you. As I was tossing down to you, watching Josh Huff stay down on a knee there, he's just limped over to the bench area, not putting any weight on his left leg. So Huff, who has been slowed by injury his first couple of seasons, he's out for the moment. This is a swing to DeMarco Murray to start the half. And a gain of only 3 yards. Brandon Merriweather is back for the Giants, the safety who sprained his knee at the back end of that first half.
And Philadelphia is running out of receivers. Nelson Aguilar already inactive tonight. Huff, that doesn't look good. Philadelphia running out of receivers, and they like to use 3 at a time.
Second and 7, Jordan Matthews is covered. Practically takes a shot. Downfield, Riley Cooper's open. Cooper to the 32-yard line.
Looks like Cooper's hurt at the end of this play, but pass protection the key to that throw. No one near Sam Bradford, and he has plenty of time off of this play action pass to look the free safety off and find Riley Cooper.
5 yards as he came sliding, collision there, and he shaken up. Injury timeout. Riley Cooper walked off under his own power, still has his helmet. Nobody from the athletic training staff ducking it in for the moment. Shea is your 2-2 in his place. Bradford on first down, and it's complete to Ryan Matthews, 27-yard line. Mosley and J.T. Thomas on the tackle. At the end of the play, they ended up looking at his leg. Perhaps when he came down on that knee, where the discomfort was. It's the place he was looking at, pointing to, as he stayed down. Second and 4, the run inside doesn't go anywhere with Matthews. About 3.5.
And Philadelphia using a 2 halfback set with Darren Sproles and Ryan Matthews. DeMarco Murray on the sideline. They love to use these 2 running backs as receivers in this spread offense.
Oh, Kelsey forgot the snap count, and that's another mistake for him.
start. Number 65 offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
It's a terrible error on 3rd down and 3. Second infraction they've had. Just getting the ball up, Mike. And on 3rd down and 8, can the Giants get a pass rush? They have been unable to get near the quarterback. And look out there, Mike. Number 49, Nikita Whitlock, being asked to rush the passer. That's where it is in New York. It's no longer the sack masters that they had when they won the Super Bowls. They're down to using a fullback as a pass rusher.
Whitlock in there for a snap in the first half. This is snaps. Big hit two. It's caught on the cross. Matthews. Hits was ball out. 3 on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Giants. Devontae Moore. Moore's not been touched by an Eagle. He continues to run. He's down at the 38-yard line. So another turnover this one. How about Whitlock?
How about Whitlock? Nikita Whitlock with a spin move. He punishes Sam Bradford. There's the pass rush these Giants have been looking for.
Every time he comes in, he makes a spin move, and they can't stop him. There was Wani Unga, Giants' leading tackler, at the hit. And let's see if it's still a turnover.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The ball was knocked loose prior to any body part touching the ground. First down, Giants.
John, you had this guys one of your grinders pregame. Wani Unga, you'll see before the bottom of Matthews comes down, the ball is out.
It is a credit to Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator. Nikita Whitlock with the pressure, and Wani Unga with the forced fumble. And here comes Eli Manning.
Whitlock's ready to come back and play fullback. Come on, I'm hot now. To the 37-yard line. John Jennings, the earlier fumble, running with a purpose, and he gains 13 yards there.
I'm sure Tom Coughlin told Jennings, I'm going to call your number to start the second half, and you press this inside zone and take what's there. Make some yardage after contact, and that's just what Jennings did.
Did you do that with a player that fumbled? Let him know I'm coming back to you here. You better be ready.
Absolutely. You got to show confidence in these key players.
Officially, that was a gain of 14. Nowhere to go there. Linebacker Jordan Hicks. Stop, John. That's a pretty good story for this Eagles defense. So they brought all these inside linebackers in to be there. Kendricks is out. Alonzo's out. Hicks has stepped up, had to play more. The 3rd-round pick out of Texas is doing that.
And Najee Good is the other linebacker, Mike. Number 53, who was cut after training camp. How about that? A rookie and a man you brought back because your top 3 linebackers are down. See if Eli can exploit that.
Miko Ryan's a hamstring injury in the first half. He left after a really high impact first half. Pressure up the middle. Eli throws. That's tipped and knocked away. Intended for Rose High. The man you just talked about, John, Good, was good.
Najee Good, it's that cross dog blitz that Bill Davis loves to run in this 3-4 defense. One linebacker goes first, and you're going to see Good come from the backside clean to back that ball down, 3rd down, and long.
Knocks it out, and the Giants get back on it. It was a fumble, and it'll be 4th down. Fletcher Cox forced 2 fumbles last week of Drew Brees. That's Eli there.
Giants have been manhandled up front by this Eagle front 4. Fletcher Cox, Barwick, Graham, Vinny Curry have gotten after Eli Manning.
Wayne had a bad first half punt. Sproles waits his own tip. Sproles on the right side. Catch this one at 14-yard line. Knuckleball punt. He's hit a couple of those. He's dropping it at an odd angle. Not turning it over. 43 yards. No return. Giant offense rolling early. Running into a green wall right now. Right index finger, other damage. Did finally come to see the Giants back in September, and they said come back in 6 weeks to see your progress. and there are issues with that in terms of money. The Giants have placed the franchise tag on Pierre-Paul. Franklin's first down pass is complete. Gain of 9. He had 9 officially from Zach Ertz. John talked to Jerry Reese, the Giants GM. There's a report Jay Glazer of Fox had it first Sunday of Jason Pierre-Paul coming to report to the Giants this week. Reese says perhaps Wednesday when I talked to him before the game, trying to figure out, design something, and they want to see the Giants, what he has designed for a club, a bandage, something on that right hand that he's going to have to wear as this play is stopped for a flag on 2nd and 1. Here's Carl Sheffers.
Ball start, number 65, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So the franchise tag makes this timing interesting. Giants have to figure out, can he play? Because this is certainly a non-football injury, and there's a November 17th deadline lurking. And we'll get into all the collective bargaining agreement stuff. Essentially, he's going to figure out, can he play? He's not getting paid right now. Will he ever be a Giant again? Tough spot.
It is a tough spot. Can he play? What do you pay him? And can he perform at all without any off-season work, no training camp, hasn't had a pad on? You don't know the extent of the injury. It looks to me like JPP is going to get healthy and be an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season.
The interim Steve Spagnuolo has been dealing with, as you said, John, the replacements, a lot of different names tonight in front. Flag is down as Bradford out of the pocket throws, and is ruled. We haven't seen a clear ruling complete or incomplete. Ruled incomplete now, as one official comes down from the back. Oh, Nikizuo with pressure on
Illegal
Bradford.
formation, offense. Number 13 covered up an eligible receiver. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
So it's 3 and out for the Eagles, and this game is really, really poorly played.
Well, you have DeMarco Murray. You have 3rd and a long 1. You run up to the line of scrimmage. You try to fool them with a quick count on a bootleg with Sam Bradford. And the Giants, credit to them, were not fooled at all.
Tommy Jones to kick, got a lot of pressure, went down, and a flag comes down on the contact. Was it running into him or roughing? The yardage is going to be sufficient for a first down either way, but it was 4th and short as the return by Dwayne Harris comes back to the 37-yard line.
Running into the kicker, number 49, receiving team. 5-yard penalty, which results in a first down.
So Nikita Whitlock blocks, rushes the quarterback. On special teams here is the one flagged for running into the kicker.
Another error by the Giants. Roughing the quarterback twice. That time they ran into the kicker.
And these giant mistakes have kept Eagle drives alive. Right at the point where we're going to get the ball back. A couple of 3rd down penalties on the hits on Bradford, and that one on the punt. It's Moore was the one who threw Bradford into the ground earlier in the game. They kept the opening score drive alive for the Eagles, so they keep going at the 28. And DeMarco Murray got Peters to get the block lead, and Murray, for the 4th time this year, has a run of more than 10 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Like to see him get it again. It's an inside zone off the left side. He's going to bounce it to the outside, pick up a block from Miles Austin, and there's DeMarco Murray.
Josh Hunt, injured earlier, back in, run to the right with Murray. And there you go across the sideline there as he is limited to a gain of 3.5.
It's that sweep play. They run from an offset position, and Bromley, number 96, another high-effort New York Giant, makes a nice pursuit play.
From the 42, Bradford middle shot caught by Matthews, who's not tackled, and gets all the way to the 35, 23 yards, and the drive rolls on for Philadelphia.
Get the running game going. You got a chance to get some of these bootlegs. They fake the run to the offensive left. You see 54 Casillas, 52 Beeson. Get caught in the wash, and Matthews is wide open. Running game so important to this Eagle offense because it sets up all the bootlegs and all the play action passes.
Huff injured on the opening kickoff of this half. The catch. Mosley couldn't bring him down, and Huff keeps the play alive and makes it a gain of 6.
Philadelphia finally with some balance on this drive. They're using two tight ends. Haven't seen much of Selleck and Ertz together. Two tight ends helps this running game.
And straight ahead, room for Murray to go. DeMarco to the 22, maybe the 21-yard line, depending on the progress.
Well, you got Selleck on one side, Ertz on the other, and you're able to cover both edges and hand the ball to a talented north-south back. Good work by Chip Kelly, changing personnel and getting DeMarco Murray involved in this game.
Couple of 11-yard runs. Riley Cooper and Huff injured in this quarter. Both are in the game. Cooper up at the top. Bradford underneath. It is caught. 15-yard line. You saw Miles Austin's name. Just the fifth catch for Austin in a couple of 1,000-yard seasons in Dallas back in the day.
And the Giants are exhausted. Here's the first time I've seen an Eagle tempo wear out the Giants' front four. Selby 93, Bromley 96. Having a hard time catching their breath.
Second and 3 on a run. Forward progress might get Matthews the first down at 12.
You want to see some surge, Mike? Peters at left tackle. They come storming off the ball that time. Watch this left side. They go after Bromley, number 96. They bury it. Jason Peters. Great finish.
And Murray finishes with a touchdown.
Got to keep beating him the rock. Good work by the Eagle offense. Getting to a two tight end set and featuring DeMarco Murray. And there's that patented stiff arm. He's going to bounce this play to the outside, and watch that left-handed stiff arm against Brandon Merriweather. That's impressive. Murray has had a great history against the Giants. He had two 100-yard games against them last year. He's a heck of a player.
Catching 3 carries of 10 or more yards in the first 4 games that he played. He missed 1. He had 3 carries on that drive of over 10. Extra point is added by Sturgis. So once again, a Giants penalty keeps the drive going to the Eagles, and the Eagles make it pay with 6. Engineer a big comeback here. Now down 17, heading to the final third of this game. By Sturgis, 17. Wayne Harris is going to give it a go. And he will get to the 21-yard line. Flag down on kickoff.
Early to return, holding, number 54, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Tom Coughlin's team knows they've got to go through Philadelphia and Dallas. Because those are the teams that have won this division the last couple of years. And have had the Giants number. And they continue to struggle. 2013, 2014, first part of 2015. Only 1 win against those 2 teams. Including an embarrassing loss here right around this time of the season last year. Trying to build a comeback here from down 17. It's looking for the run. All right. And about 4 yards for Andre. Second year back out of Austin College.
Well, last year the Giants came here, you said it, got beat 27-0. Got manhandled. And other than the opening drive, it looks very similar. They have been unable to pass protect. Fletcher Cox at the bottom of the screen and Barwin at the top have been unstoppable for the last 4 possessions.
Giants start emptying out the backfield. Jeremy Davis came in for a moment before the Giants. Then check back out. It was Madden. Throw underneath incomplete. Intended for Shane Reed. They'll bring up 3rd down.
It's Nige Good, your 4th string inside linebacker. working underneath against Vereen. The Giants have had no success exploiting those matchups underneath in another obvious passing situation. You got to get help for Newhouse at right tackle. Number 73 has had his struggles.
Seven, managed feeling that he threw it right at Barwin as he was being pulled down by Curry. Another flag comes down. Well, here, let's see what the call is.
Barwin and Curry on a
Intentional
stop.
grounding. Number 10, offense. There's no receiver in the area. 10-yard penalty. Loss of down. 4th down.
Barwin's going to come underneath, but Vinny Curry, he sets this stunt, just overpowers Newhouse and Schwartz. Giants have had good pass protection in the previous couple weeks, but tonight has not been the case.
Wing backed up, Sproul standing in the Eagle logo of midfield. High snap. Take a bounce and head towards the sideline. An effective kick of 50 yards. Out of bounds, but still a good field position for a Philadelphia team that has turned this game around. It's been nice to have each other. And as the Philly Heat has been turned up on a slow start, at least they got somebody who they know they can trust and talk to. Shot play downfield. Riley Cooper stops. Giants come up with the interception. Merriweather with the pick. The Giants get a chance to get the ball back. And a good return by Merriweather brings it just shy of the 40-yard line.
I have no idea what Riley Cooper is doing. It's a staple pattern in the Eagles offense. It's that old-fashioned bubble wide over with the post over the top, but Cooper just stopped running. They threw the ball to Cooper to start the second half on the exact same play to the post. They run the same play against the same corner, and Cooper stops. And the Giants, given all the mistakes they've made, are given another golden opportunity. Can they pass protect?
Each team has turned it over 3 times. Each team has 9 penalties. There's still 20 minutes to go. Jennings, 45-6. He drags Bo Allen near the 47-yard line. Good run on first down. And that's something that they had a little bit of success with early in the game.
Yes, they did. They have had a little success here and there. They just haven't been able to sustain success, Mike. It has a lot to do with their inability to pass protect.
47, Manning sideline shot to the arms of Miles White. And incomplete. Miles White, Jeremy Davis, Dwayne Harris. Those were the receivers on the field at the start of the game-winning drive last Sunday night against San Francisco.
Well, they have them wide open in between the corner and the safety, and Eli laid it in there. I thought White just dropped the football. 3rd down and 3. It's been a man-to-man situation. Do they take a shot at Odell Beckham?
Beckham has been quiet after the early start. 7 catches, 61 yards. Handing right back, shoulder to Jennifer Randall with Maxwell all over him. And the Giant bench all over the officials on that side looking for the flag.
It's a good play by Maxwell. He's waiting on that back shoulder fake. The Reuben Randall at the top of the screen. It doesn't look like Randall can run right now, Mike. You have to wonder if the hamstring ailments aren't catching up to Randall and Beckham, who missed a full week of practice. Disappointing 3 and out with that field position.
Maxwell hanging all over Randall. His arm clearly on him. Good call made. Sproles will catch it at the 7. Well covered. That's the 3rd special teams tackle of Elijah Craig Dahl. Threw Sproles down hard at the 10. And Sproles to shake it up. Evaluation of Darren Sproles as he's thrown down by Dahl. You see the back of his head hitting the grass surface here at Lincoln Financial Field. Sproles is slow to get up, so it's one of those that just by watching the action creates the suspicion of concussion. Thus through the testing and questioning on the sideline. First down and the carry by DeMarco Murray gains about 3 yards here with under 4 minutes left in the third. Giants scored the first 7, Eagles the last 24.
Kelly staying with that 2 tight end set that was good for them on their last possession. It helped them run the football. I'd be careful in this field position with another pass.
And a fumble. Murray didn't get it cleanly. It's still free. And it is ruled Eagle ball.
This is unbelievable. We've had 18 penalties and 6 turnovers, and you had the ex-Oklahoma Sooners. You just talked about their long history together. They have a hard time handing the ball off here, Mike.
Well, and it was sloppy. Lane Johnson. The Giants getting a couple of too many players on the field as Bradford is sacked at the goal line for what is close to a safety. Demontre Moore's dance is wonderful. However, he had too many teammates on the field. As one of the Giants was trying to run off. I believe it was 12. That's what the flag was thrown for at the sideline. Steve Spagnuolo should try and check if they had 11 or
Illegal
not.
participation, substitution, 12 men on the defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
Jerry Austin?
It appeared that the Eagles substituted. If that is the case, then New York is entitled to match up before the ball is made ready for play.
Giants were trying to run across as the Eagles try to catch him quickly after that fumble situation.
There's our guy Whitlock back in there. See if he uses that spin move, Mike.
Thank you.
Keita Whitlock. Two-way player playing a little fullback, a little defensive end. There he goes. Just a straight rush that time. Crosses court, caught by Matthews. Tackled by the hard-hitting Dahl. But it's a first down for Philadelphia. Here inside of 3 minutes, yet another Giant miscue allows the drive to stay alive, and the Eagles keep going.
We see the Giants hustling off, substituting again. The Eagles have come back to their 2 tight end set, and this time the officials let the Giants get their substitution.
From the 22, Murray to the 24-yard line. DeMarco's are about 55 yards on the night so far, 13 carries. At 83 in the game against the Saints.
Giants stay in their nickel defense. They've got 5 defensive backs out there with Craig Dahl playing linebacker as an underneath defender. Both of these tight ends receiving threats.
Matthews to the left, and Ryan Matthews. A good effort to end that run. John, with all the attention to the acquisition of Murray and of Bradford, and you mentioned the defensive side with Maxwell. Ryan Matthews may turn out to be one of the more important acquisitions Philadelphia has as this season goes on.
Such a big back, explosive runner, and an outstanding receiver. A lot of people think he fits this offense better than Murray.
3rd and 1, quick again, Matthews. First down for Philadelphia.
Fatigue is setting in on a Giant defense. Time of possession has been flipped to 180 in Philadelphia's favor, and their conditioning on their offensive line usually takes over when this happens.
Bradford faked it, throws it over the top, and there goes Miles Austin inside the 35.
They get the running game going. The bootlegs and play action passes have incredible sting. And the offensive linemen sell it. Jason Peters, watch her come off the ball and sell the run. Linebackers step up and clean down the seam goes Miles Austin.
Bradford looking up top again, going for his tight end Ertz. Bumped and the pass is incomplete.
This This is a full sell by the Eagles offensive line, and Landon Collins, the rookie out of Alabama, has to be real careful with where his eyes go. He's got to stay in man coverage against Zach Ertz. He did a nice job. Collins has improved every week. Giants traded up to get him at the top of the second round, and I'm sure they're glad they did.
Timeout taken.
Giants. They're first of the half. A 30-second timeout.
The pace and the confusion, sometimes you just have to use those timeouts on defense. You look for Eli the ball back with timeouts later on, trying to get closer.
Well, the Giants are reeling. Haven't had much success at all. Haven't sustained anything. Been 3 and out almost every series, and the Eagle offense is stepping on the gas pedal now, and the Giants are on fumes.
Giants have Dallas next week up at MetLife in New Jersey. They have these 3 consecutive wins over Washington, at Buffalo, and San Francisco. Remember how frustrating the start was for the Giants as they opened 0-2. They had the double-digit leads in week 1 and 2 and blew them at Dallas. The clock error, not managing the time properly, the Eli Manning interception as they were going to add to a double-digit lead against Atlanta. The run by Matthews to the right. And he pulls Hankins for a couple of more yards, a few shy of the first down. The Giants turn around that 0-2 start, get to 3-2. Dallas was off Philadelphia trying to make it a tie at 3-3 with the Giants top to the division and get their first division win. Now we have the Giant who has gone down, and it is Hankins. And the Eagle fans have seen this happen the last couple of years.
A lot of mysterious cramps occur when you play a team like Philadelphia who uses this no-huddle offense. We hope Hankins is okay, but these Philadelphia fans have seen this a lot. They consider it a ploy to slow the Eagle offense down.
And it is truly when it is used for that. And we don't know if that's this case with Hankins, but it is one of the oldest tricks in the book. It's happened for many years with teams that have no-huddle offenses or offenses that move at a fast pace.
Sometimes the instant replay camera shows what happens, but Hankins gingerly walks off the field. This is the situation that Chip Kelly loves to run these crossing routes. They'll run one crosser on one side, one from the other side, and they generate picks in the middle of the opposing team's defense. I would be surprised if we don't see some form of a crossing route here.
Totally dominant third quarter here for the Eagles. 10 first downs to the Giants, just 1. Austin across the formation. End zone shot is another interception. This is Landon Collins with the pick. And that will be his first of his NFL career. And that is turnover 7 on the night. 4 for Philly.
That's a big-time play by Collins. A lot of people question whether he had the ball skills to make these kind of plays, but he found the ball in a blind spot, went up and ran that route for Zach Ertz. What a beautiful play by Collins.
Watch him come down and complete the process of the catch. Pylon cam gives you a little bit closer look at those two guys going up high, and Collins pulling it away.
The Giants have to get something going. They need some spark in that huddle. I thought they were one of the most improved offenses I'd seen through the first 5 weeks of this season. They have been out of sorts completely for the last 2.5 quarters.
That interception was on snap to the 23. It wasn't a red zone interception. It was getting close to the red zone, and Bradley threw 2 red zone kicks in the first half last week. Manning time. Manning shot downfield for Beckham. Out of bounds. As the quarter comes to an end, Odell might as well just stay down there. Draw coming his way. Only points of the quarter for the Eagles, who lead 24-7 after 3 at the Link. Beating 161 in the regular season between the Giants and the Eagles. Fourth quarter begins here at the Link in Philadelphia. South Philly, Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Lisa Salters. Jay Rothman, Chip Dean leading our crew down there in Detroit. Shane Vereen meets Fletcher Cox.
Oh, this is unbelievable. They can't block these Eagles. Fletcher Cox, number 91, sheds a block of Justin Pugh and stuffs Shane Vereen. Marcus Smith, second-year man out of Louisville, last year's first-round pick in the game to rush at the bottom of the screen, number 90.
Not only got on the field, just 22 snaps last week. Manning on the crosser. Donnell dumped to tackle. Rolled off another one by Maxwell. But he's finally brought down and be shy of the first down.
Mike Eli has just been punished all night. Vinny Curry comes clean. Off the left side is Brandon Graham. Keep watching. Connor Barwin slams Manning to the turf. And then for good measure is Curry again. Fletcher Cox, Curry and company have dominated the Giants.
Darren Sproles was taken back towards the locker room area for the evaluation of a head injury. Obviously, the evaluation yielded nothing negative. He's back and takes the wing punt at the 27. And accelerates turns and gets tagged at the 40-yard line by Whitlock. Sproles back on the field, thought he was close to it. 4 punts here for the Giants in this half. So Sam Bradford, John, back out here for Philadelphia.
Well, the Eagles defense has bailed out the Eagle offense. I'm going to be real careful if I'm Chip Kelly throwing the football. 3 interceptions. Eagle defense has this game in total control. And once again, 2 tight ends and DeMarco Murray look for Murray to carry the ball.
Bradford, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions on the night. Now Mason's going to bring him down a couple of yards down the first down.
This Brent Selleck is one of my favorite Eagles. He's got about 350 tackles, but now Selleck is in there on the backside as a blocker. And there goes Murray with another positive run, but I like players that check their ego at the door for the good of the team.
Murray right. Going to be close to the first down. Ertzler jumped up there to make the tackle. Hey, John, you mentioned it before, this 2 tight end look with Selleck and Ertz seemed to get things going a little bit more in the New Orleans game last week. And because of the talent of both of those players, and maybe not the dynamic players at the receiver spot, a lot of interchangeable guys, it could be a personnel group that works very well for Chip.
Certainly a better personnel grouping for Philly to run the ball.
It's 3rd and 1. And Murray, that time he got north and south quickly. And a first down into Giants territory at the 48.
New York is worn out, Mike. Time of possession in this second half grossly in favor of Philadelphia. And there's the all-pro left tackle, Jason Peters, gingerly getting up. What a player Peters is. 7 Pro Bowls for a man that wasn't even drafted. People tend to forget he was a tight end at Arkansas. Played a couple of years in Buffalo, and Andy Reid made the trade to bring the man to Philadelphia.
Peters battling a thigh bruise coming into action here tonight. Back to the ground with Murray. Steady diet here of DeMarco. 17 carries now.
You see the Eagles looking to the sideline. They're going to milk this clock. Chip Kelly talking to Pat Shermer up in the press box. Getting a lot of information from the deployment of the Giants.
Five straight. Murray. End of a yard. They're not doing it just yet, but at some point what they do is it reverts back to college ball where they'll all get to the line of scrimmage and delay. They're looking over now for signals.
All of
Nobody gets to the huddle and gets a play call.
They all look over there. The offensive linemen have a signaler. The receivers, quarterbacks, running backs all have a signaler. They have dummy signal guys down there. That's the job I want.
Dummy signal
I
guy.
want the dummy signal guy. Every year I come here, I say that.
I might be better suited for that as a dummy. Bradford over the middle, pass caught. Austin. Couple of catches from Miles Austin here tonight. No stranger to the battles in the NFC East.
No pass rush at all. Nikita Whitlock in there again. There's just no rush at all from the front four of the Giants. And Miles Austin has all day to uncover. It's a bad combination. Lack of pass rush and backup secondary players. Just a matter of time.
There you go.
There they go.
Call it out. This is their version of 4-minute offense that slows the game down trying to run it out. Max the play clock. See what the setup is. Look at the sideline. Get the ball or change it just like college ball. Sproles carries no gain.
Take a look at it. They're going to use a dummy snap count. They're just going to set the defense so Chip Kelly and his offensive staff can see. Then they're going to look over to the sideline and pick up their signalers. There's a signal. You don't know if it's live or real. You don't know what that is. That could be false signaling.
And again, the headset communication from coach and quarterback cuts out at 15 seconds. Take the run, throw the pass to Hurts. And Zach Ertz tumbles down the 20-yard line.
That's a running play, Mike. They have a running play called. They read the linebacker, and if he bites, they throw the little pop pass.
You see him, he's mad at Trevin Wade, saying, hey, come hit me up here. Don't go low like that. And Wade's a smaller guy trying to go low, but he got around his knees. You see, that stung Zach when he got hit. And when he got up, he looked right at Trevin Wade. He said, up here.
Now he's talking back.
Bradford, Cooper, lost some yardage. Wade again. Fourth-year man out of Arizona. Got the opportunity to play the nickel spot as the fifth defensive back in that game against San Francisco. Here comes the field goal try.
Sturgis is 1 for 1 tonight. They won to close out the first half. Long snapper for the Eagles. He has been around forever, Mike.
John Dornbos in his 13th year. From 39. 27-7 Philadelphia. Philadelphia. As we look at our Spider Cam with the Eagles fans. Spider Cam brought to you by DirecTV. Remember you days here?
Sure do that. 3 great years. Made a lot of friends. There's a few of them. And my second son, Michael, here. What a great tradition. The Philadelphia Eagles look to be climbing back into first place.
On drive, here comes Harris. Accelerating and stopped quickly at the 20-yard line by Brad Jones and Chris Maragos. Very big hole to dig out of for Big Lou. Here in the second half. No huddle, pedal to the metal mode for Eli Manning, the 22. And throw over the middle. It is complete with Rashad Jennings taking it to the 30, John.
Look out there at this Eagle defense, Mike. They have 5 corners out there. That's E.J. Biggers making the tackle. He's playing linebacker in their dime package. He's a corner. You see Malcolm Jenkins in the slot. Nolan Carroll, Maxwell, and Walter Thurman, one of their safeties, is a former corner. They have a lot of coverage people that make it very difficult to throw against. And with this pass rush, Eli's had no chance.
Right here with Jennings, so many spread teams, we're seeing more safeties, more corners converted to safety, which allows you not to have to run in 3, 4, 5 different guys with 3 wides or 4 wides coming. Let us start at 10 for 10, 10 of 23 since. The takeoff here goes forward. We get gets the whole roll there and gets the first down at the 46-yard line.
Well, that's the weakness of that coverage. It's too deep, man-to-man underneath, no one assigned to the quarterback, and Eli saw that from the get-go. Have to wonder about Beckham. Been awful quiet. Have to wonder about that hamstring. But you have to credit Malcolm Jenkins and his Eagle teammates.
Sideline toss, incomplete. It's intended for Jeremy Davis. Well, Beckham's out there the last couple of drives of the Giants. Still out there.
Nolan Carroll, who turned this game around with the interception return for a touchdown. Nolan Carroll, he's one of those PR guys, personal record players. Everywhere he goes, he breaks a personal record for the weight room, short shuttle, effort, grading out on film. Underpaid, highly productive right corner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Second 10, the throw with Jennings. Trust me, PR guys.
I like guys that are always after their personal records, you know.
Odell Beckham sets records with his leaping, his ability, his numbers. Some great numbers. The first 17 games of his NFL career, getting off to the good start tonight. Only targeted once here in the second half. Hasn't been able to get any separation.
Philadelphia's played man-to-man. Remember, he got the touchdown against D'Amico Ryans on his own coverage. Philadelphia's played a lot of man-to-man, different kinds of man coverage tonight. He's been no factor down the stretch.
3rd and 4. Eli claps the pocket, throws inside, complete to Ruben Randall. Nice first down inside the 38 as we have under 6 minutes left.
Todd Beckham out of flatten up, and Nolan Carroll running stride for stride with Odell Beckham Jr. wherever he goes.
False start. Number 73 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And it's up night for Marshall Newhouse, who Ben McAdoo, the offensive coordinator, had with the Green Bay.
And a night to forget for Newhouse. Brian Brayman just checked into the game. He'll rush the passer now. He'll get a chance to go up against Newhouse. Brayman had a sack last week against Drew Brees, and offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo just can't find the right play to call against this active Eagle front.
Green with no space to do anything. And Jordan Hicks makes the tackle.
Yeah, like Hicks. He had 147 tackles for Texas. You just signed Kiko Alonso. You have D'Amico Ryans, Kendricks. And then you go draft Hicks out of Texas. He's playing as good or better than all of them. What a young performer. An outstanding young performer he's been.
He's playing. He's healthy. One of the few inside linebackers they have remaining healthy. There, Marine gets away from him for a moment. Gets inside, right to the 40-yard line. It'll be a dozen to get the first down here with 4:25 to go.
You know, a lot of these young players aren't quite the listeners that you'd like them to be. Hicks is a great listener. He has some excellent mentors here in D'Amico Ryans and Malcolm Jenkins. He's been a quick study and a critical player for the Eagles. He's the one that knocked Tony Romo out of the game, Mike.
Really changed a lot of the specter of this NFC East as we go through the middle of the season. Dallas waits to get Romo. There's Bryant back, flag down on the pass completed to Marine. At the last 5, clock stops after all penalties in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Won't starts on the snap.
Pass interference, number 84 offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay third down.
Larry Donnell, the tight end. Flag there, so the Giants are in double digits with penalties. That's their 11th. This Giant team that had played, especially in the last week, much better, more solid football, but a shell of that here tonight with all the mistakes and turnovers. The timeliness, too. It kept Eagles drives alive. That's where this game flipped.
At least it's only 96 miles back to New Jersey. You would hate to get on an airplane flight and have to fly cross country with Tom Coughlin after this one.
Well, it's a short week and it's also Cowboy week. And again, this time the ball comes out one more time into the hands of Flowers, the left tackle. They got Eli low, and a flag comes down at the back end of all of this. Brandon Graham's throwing a lot of pressure tonight.
Brandon Graham against the rookie Eric Flowers. I'd get Eli out of this game.
Illegal touching of a forward pass, number 76 offense. The pass hit another lineman, and number 76 is not eligible to catch the pass. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Top of the string. Lucky Eli is okay there.
Yeah, Graham going low there on Manning. The quarterbacks are trying to protect him with that. It's the 4th sack, as many as Eli had absorbed in the first 5 games of the year. Philadelphia getting to him tonight. Sends it down to Sproles. Return to the 27-yard line. With 33 to go. But it's a little too ancient for Philly fans. You talk about folks who deserve championship, it's the Eagle fans. They've had a long wait. 1960, the last time, 54 seasons without a title. Time for the 3rd longest drought in the Cardinals organization, Chicago, then Arizona, St. Louis on the stop in the way in between there, and the Lions in these championship droughts. And the Eagles since 1960, 54 years. There are Giants fans who share the Rangers of the NHL as a team they root for as fans. The Rangers went 54 years before it was their year. They won the Cup in 1994 after the 1940 championship. You know, Johnny, think about the teams here in Philadelphia. The Phillies are struggling. They had nearly 100 losses. The Flyers haven't won a playoff series in 3 years. 76ers are in major rebuild mode. This is probably the Philadelphia team closest to winning a championship. The question is, will it be a better middle of the season to put them in place to make a run at this division after the slow start? They certainly don't look like one of the best teams in the NFC, but an improved team after the first 2 losses, as they're going to go 3-1 in that spell after that.
Looked pretty good on defense tonight. You have to credit Jeffrey Lurie. He put a lot of faith in Chip Kelly, gave him power to make personnel decisions. Some have been surprising to many, but I like an owner that backs his coach. And I think it's a good battery. He has a young and up-and-coming coach in Chip Kelly, and it's just a matter of time, I think, before this offense finds its way. Bradley's looking over here. You're looking at you, Mike?
No, they were looking at Bradley Cooper sitting next to Jeffrey Lurie in the owner's box. So we got 400 yards offense. Gruden's telling us how good our defense is. It's a good night here in South Philly. DeMarco Murray's got a bunch of double-digit carries. Sliding down to stay in bounds as we got to the 2-minute warning anyway. A night where the Eagles have pulled away from the Giants and pulled into a share of the lead in the NFC East. 27 in a row, an emphatic win for the Eagles. He's scratched and tracked. Mr. Difford's feeling better. He got it through the pregame. That run by DeMarco Murray did get him over 100 yards, and he won't lose yards here as he slides down inbounds. Murray will take it to about 108 or 109, depending on the spot. Nearly 100 of those coming in the second half. And John, that'll be just mentally important to lessen a little bit of the conversation about when's DeMarco Murray going to get going with only 130 yards in his first 4 games.
It's a huge confidence builder for him, for the Eagle offensive line. It's nothing like having a 100-yard rusher. Remember, this Giant defense came in here as the #2 run defense in pro football. Philadelphia's in first place, Mike. You have to tip your hat to Chip Kelly and his staff, and you must admit that this NFC East is wide open.
The Giants will not run for 100 yards on offense. They'll be limited to 81 yards. The Giants will remain the only team in the NFL not to run for 100 as a team this year. So they've got work to do in a lot of different fronts. But I thought your point was really good. This Philly defense did a very nice job tonight. And when you're looking for who's the strongest unit of any of these teams in the NFC East, maybe Philadelphia's defense gives you some reason to say the Eagles have a good chance in this middle third of the season.
They have coverage people, they have pass rushers. My only concern is the inside linebacker position, where they've had a lot of injuries, and another one tonight.
The Lions getting knocked out in the game tonight. 27-7. Sam Bradford, Eli Manning exchange greetings, and they will see each other on the last Sunday of the NFL season up at MetLife. And the Giants against these big teams who they feel like they have to beat, the teams that have been the champions the last couple of years in this division continue to struggle. Against the Cowboys and the Eagles, the Giants are 1-9 in the last 3 seasons. We're going to come back with the Gruden Grinder and then send you off to the GMC postgame on SportsCenter coming up. Eagles win 27-7. And a Gruden Grinder coming up in a second, right back here in South Philly.